How was your lunch today?
Meh, it was just okay.
You didn't like it?
You know, the color coordination was boring. It looked like the lunch my mom used to make.
I packed your favorite dishes as much as I could. I packed dishes with well-balanced nutrition.
It was nutritious, but it didn't look pretty, and I was embarrassed to eat it in front of my coworkers. I'd rather buy lunch somewhere else. Make a better lunch tomorrow?
Yes. Garrett, did I do anything to you?
Why?
I feel like you've been so hard on me since we got married. I feel like you used to be much sweeter before. You always said you liked the lunches I made you.
Of course. Things change after marriage. Did you want us to be like girlfriend and boyfriend forever?
Like girlfriend and boyfriend? That's not what I'm saying. It's just that you don't seem as thoughtful as you used to be.
We have many years ahead of us to be together. Shouldn't I show you my true self?
Is this who you truly are?
Yeah.
So, were you pretending to be someone else when we were dating?
I wasn't pretending, but you try to adjust yourself to your partner when you're dating. Until you get married. I say what I want to say now that we're married. You should too.
I've always shown you my true self since when we were dating.
Oh, right. You've never been a well-behaved lady. You should learn to be more ladylike now that you're my wife.
Am I supposed to be a different person after getting married? I thought you loved me for who I was when we were dating.
Well, yeah. You don't say anything unnecessary. I like that you don't care about small things. I like that you don't get hysterical when we get in an argument. But you are my wife now. You should show more respect to me. You live on my salary.
I am grateful that you work for us.
That's not enough. You're supposed to treat me like a king. You don't know how hard it is to support both of us financially. You've never had a meaningful career. You only had a part-time job at your mom's cafe.
I was working full-time.
Helping with your mom's cafe is not a job. I was shocked to know you've never worked as a full-time employee. You didn't even go to high school.
As I explained to you before, things were difficult back then with my dad's sudden death. My mom had to run the cafe on her own. But I earned my GED when I became an adult.
That doesn't change the fact that you didn't go to high school. Things would have been different if you had gone to college, though.
Are you belittling me because I didn't go to high school?
I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. Don't overreact. You are ashamed that you didn't go to high school, aren't you?
I have wished I went to high school. But I don't like you making fun of me for not going to high school. If it bothers you that much, you shouldn't have married me.
That's not what I'm saying. Anyway, you should be more conscious and behave like a wife. Or I could dump you regardless of the fact that you didn't go to high school. Where's dinner? Why aren't you home?
I told you, I was going to help out at my mom's cafe today.
Even so, you should always come home before I do. You're a housewife. Housewife is not supposed to go out whenever she likes.
But I told you in advance. I told you that I wasn't going to be able to make dinner tonight.
I didn't know you were serious. Are you good for nothing? You're a terrible wife.
I'm sorry. But I hadn't helped my mom in a long time. Her cafe is closing down next month. So I wanted to see the regular customers and say goodbye. Is it such a big deal that I go out once in a while?
You're not doing a good job as my wife. I have to teach you everything because you didn't go to high school. You're so dumb and useless. I figured you'd be able to do the housework perfectly because you grew up in a single-parent family. I was wrong.
You're being so harsh.
You have to work hard to make my life better. Don't cause me stress. Just do what I say.
It sounds like you want me to be your slave.
You live on my salary, don't you?
I thought we were equals as a husband and a wife.
There's no way we're equals. I go to work every day. You don't. Isn't it obvious who's in control here? You didn't even realize that?
I'm sorry, my mom needs me. Let's not talk about this.
I'm your priority, not your mother. Just come home and make dinner. I'm exhausted from work. If you're my wife, take care of your husband. Jessica, I'm not going to eat dinner at home tonight.
What? I'm getting steaks ready because you said you wanted them. I already made mashed potatoes.
I'm eating out. End of story.
Do I need to eat them alone?
Don't ask me. Think for yourself. Anyway, I'm not going to eat at home.
Garrett, I've been thinking. I don't think I'm the right woman for you.
What?
I liked being with you before we married. But the way you treat me has changed since we married. You're not the man I fell in love with. There seems to be no point in living together anymore.
Can you not do this? If you want to get pre-wedding jitters, do it before the wedding. This is so annoying.
I'm not getting pre-wedding jitters. I'm calm. I've been thinking about this for over a month now. You've always made fun of me for not going to high school. I've been treated like a slave every day. This is not the life I imagined when we got married.
A slave? You're expected to do housework as a wife. I've been giving you advice because you were inadequate.
You didn't sound like you were giving advice.
So? Do you want a divorce? Do you think you can survive without me?
What?
Your life will be over if I leave you. Would you hire someone who didn't go to high school and has never worked? Just be obedient and devote yourself to me. First of all, who do you think you are talking back to me? You didn't even go to high school.
I can't believe that's how you felt about me.
You should feel lucky to devote yourself to me. The only thing someone who didn't go to high school can do for society is to support a man. Everyone knows that. How stupid are you? You can't live without me.
Who do you think I am?
Huh?
I can live without you with no problem.
Don't act tough. You have an attitude for someone who didn't go to high school and never worked. Your mom's cafe, the only place you've ever worked, closed down. How are you going to survive without me? Tell me.
How? I have enough money to live on my own.
You were raised by a single mother. You're poor. You can't even calculate the cost of living per month because you didn't go to high school. You're so helpless.
I have enough assets.
Stop telling me lies.
I'm not lying.
If you were wealthy, your mom would not have run a cafe.
She had been running the cafe for fun for the past few years. She is going to live overseas. She's going to spend her retired life in a resort.
You're being delusional. You're so insane that it scares me.
If you think I'm insane, get a divorce, will you? We don't have many assets to divide since we've only been married for a short time. You've had problems with me. A divorce will solve all your problems.
Don't talk about a divorce. We just got married.
I don't want to spend my life with you anymore. The person I want love from the most hurts me every day. You didn't tell me your personality would change when we married.
Our positions changed after marriage. How many times do I have to tell you? You have nothing between your ears.
This is why I hate you. You didn't belittle me when we were dating.
Your ignorance has become more apparent since we married. That's why I've been giving you advice. Just don't talk back to me and do everything I say. Don't disobey me. You live on my salary.
Like I said, I don't need your financial support anymore. I can live on my own without your support. I will get a divorce no matter what. I will contact you once I hire a lawyer.
Jessica, I will have no mercy when you come crawling back. Don't get cocky, you uneducated simpleton. Jessica, what time are you coming home?
I won't be back, I told you.
I wanted to talk to you.
We will have a discussion tomorrow. I will meet you at 10 a.m. My lawyer will be there too. Wait until tomorrow. We will talk then.
I didn't know you made investments.
Yes, I did.
And you've had high returns. Your mom told me.
I got a text from my mom. She told me about how you visited her and got in her way of getting ready for her trip.
I'm sorry.
She told me you were aggressive at first. Then you got down on your knees and apologized as soon as you heard about my assets?
I apologized to her because I behaved in a rude manner. Speaking of your investments, it's awesome that you got such high returns. Teach me how to do it.
There's no way I will teach you. We're getting a divorce.
About that. Let's not do it, alright? I reflected on myself. I realized that I might have been cold to you since we got married.
You might have been cold. That's it. I'm not going to forgive you.
Don't get so sulky, Jessica. I love you. I married you because it didn't matter to me that you didn't go to high school.
You married me because I didn't go to high school and had no means to escape from you. You showed me your true self because you thought you could control me. I know from your words and actions.
That's not true. You're capable of making money although you didn't go to high school. You're 10 times better than highly educated women with a mediocre job.
Okay. Thanks for such a meaningless affirmation. I will get a divorce no matter what you say.
Jessica, I'm so sorry. I thought I had to take the lead in our marriage. I tried too hard.
Stop with the excuses. They aren't even good excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I'm telling you the truth. Just come home to me. Let's not get a divorce, okay? I miss your cooking.
My cooking looks like your mom's, doesn't it? You complained about it.
I said it because I wanted you to keep working to be better. I didn't mean to say you're a bad cook.
You changed your attitude as soon as you found out that I have enough money to live on my own. Do you know what someone like you is called? A two-faced person.
I didn't mean to be two-faced. I've always had respect for you.
This wouldn't have happened if you had respect for me.
You weren't fair to me. If you had enough money for us to live in luxury, you should have told me.
My dad was betrayed by a person whom he trusted when he was still alive. For money, of course. My mother would always advise me to be careful. She would always tell me not to show my spouse the amount of my savings soon after we get married. I was told to only show the amount of money I saved by working at the cafe.
Even so, it's not fair to reveal it right before you get a divorce.
I revealed it because we were getting a divorce. I wasn't going to tell you at all. But you've always belittled me. I just wanted to prove to you that I am capable of living on my own before we get a divorce.
I can't live without you. You did everything around the house. I can't live on my own.
It's been only 6 months since we married. You lived on your own until we married. You can do things around the house.
I don't want to live without you. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Don't go to bed before I do. Don't wake up later than I do. Don't disobey me. You didn't go to high school. A housewife is a slave. You said all those things to me. How can you say that you can't live without me now? I will never go back to living with you.
You've made up your mind.
Yes. My mind won't change.
Okay. But we'll still divide our assets.
What?
I won't let you get away like this. I will take all the money you made. I have no problem divorcing you as long as I get the money.
Once an asshole, always an asshole. You won't get a penny.
What? Why?
Only the assets you and I acquire during the marriage will be subject to the division of the assets. I'm not required to divide the assets I acquired before the marriage.
No. I'm sorry, Jessica. I was just upset. I didn't mean any of the things I said. So please, don't misunderstand.
I understood you perfectly. I understood perfectly that you are an asshole. Do you know what's funny? It's that you don't have as much knowledge as someone who didn't go to high school. Although you've always made fun of me. You must be the dumbest person on earth. My ex-husband and I reached a divorce settlement. It took a long time, but I had a record of his texts during the marriage. In addition to that, a record of our conversations helped finalize the divorce. After going through all the procedures, I was going to go overseas to meet my mother and rejuvenate myself. But then my ex-husband broke into my mother's house and got arrested. He committed the crime because he was upset that he couldn't receive any of my assets. He plotted to steal expensive items in my mother's house and sell them for money. There were no expensive items as neither my mother nor I are interested in luxury goods. All of our money was saved in the bank as we were going to leave the house for a while. He failed to steal anything and was seen on a surveillance camera. He was caught from activating the alarm system. I was just astounded by his pathetic end. He was fired from the company because of the arrest. It is hard to believe how stupidly he invited his own misfortunes. He must have had karma from belittling and making fun of me. After the incident settled down, I finally managed to go and meet my mother. I spent every day doing what I like and rejuvenating myself and doing housework just for my mother and I. Because I've experienced a financially difficult time before, I am happy just having sufficient money to live a normal life. I don't need luxury items. I want to spend my money to help others in the future. Also, I'm willing to learn good judgment on people. I still haven't healed from the trauma caused by the sudden change of someone I once loved, but I'm going to face myself and keep on doing what I can.